Welcome to the Good News. I'm Doc.
And I'm TJ.
And we are so delighted and thrilled to bring the Good News YT unto you. You can find the Good News YT on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus at the Good News YT.
That's us.
So join us, subscribe, tell a friend, and comment on the Good News YT.
Well, Doc, I am getting really excited about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite meals.
It's a holiday. It's not just a meal.
Oh, a holiday. Okay. Yeah, that too in football.
You get the day off.
Yes.
Lucky ones like us get the day after as well.
Yes.
So I am excited about getting ready for Thanksgiving and not having to cook as much this year. We have so many invitations. Our dance card is so full that we get to just travel around and about.
And I just want to personally thank you who have invited us, and especially you who have invited us to Thanksgiving dinner this week.
So what are you most looking forward to? I know we look forward to spending time with family. I'm not really looking forward to being on the road as much, but that's the price you pay for not having to cook. But what is your favorite dish?
My favorite dish would probably have to be dessert.
All of them?
Cakes, pies, cobblers. But I'm not that big on pies as much. I like cakes. And please, no store-bought cakes. I understand people buy store-bought cakes, but for Thanksgiving, you want homemade. You want country butter. You don't want margarine in the cake. You want country butter. You want that old self-rising, what's that flour? That Swan's Lake flour. That Swan's Lake flour. You want the good old-fashioned kind like Grandma used to make.
It's amazing that you know all the ingredients and you never make cakes.
You remember that one time I made a cake?
So now I can't say never. Okay. Well, so I guess we're not low carb in it for the holiday.
Well, I stored up all my carbs for this time of the year. I personally gave up bread and a lot of other stuff for a while, just so when Thanksgiving comes, I'll be able to eat. I'm not going to splurge, but I would eat more than I normally would eat throughout the week.
Well, I think for all of those compulsive dieters like me, we have to remember it's just one day. One day is not going to make or break you. Don't stress yourself out over how many calories or the types of food that you're eating. Enjoy yourself and work hard on Friday.
Well, I see it a little different than that. Because see, to me, Thanksgiving is one of those days that last until you go back to work. You have the meal on Thursday. On the next day, you have the sandwiches. The next day, you have the soup, the turkey salad. And on the next day, you just eat like a collage of everything, and then it's time to go back to work.
Well, women, unlike men, can't burn calories watching football. So our Thanksgiving ends on Thanksgiving. And then it's back to the real world.
I think about some of the foods. I didn't start liking turkey until I got older. I didn't like turkey when I was young. I used to always want the ham. But as I got older, and isn't it ironic, the older you get, you realize you have to eat the healthier part of the Thanksgiving. Now I eat the turkey, and I hardly ever eat the ham. But I remember the hams being made, and different people have different recipes for ham. But I remember watching in the kitchen how they would have the ham in the big pan, and they pour Coca-Cola on it, put a pineapple and a cherry, and have the brown sugar on it and everything. I'm getting excited and hungry just thinking about the ham, and I don't really eat a lot of ham.
I'm waiting on you to ask me what my favorite is.
Oh, I'm so excited about talking about all that because I'll give it thinking some more. What is your favorite, TJ?
Well, I'm going to cheat like you did. You said cakes and pies.
Yeah.
Mine is collards and sweet potato souffle and some cream spinach and some green bean casserole and all of those things that just take too much time to make normally, unless it's like a big Sunday dinner or something like that. Something you wouldn't cook and eat just during the week. That's what I always look forward to.
And when I think about Thanksgiving meals, that's a different meal than any other meal. Even Sunday meals can't top Thanksgiving. And you think about how all the time, I even like the gathering of Thanksgiving, But you know, you think about how different people bring out these specialties on Thanksgiving. Like there's always somebody who's the macaroni and cheese person. There's someone who makes the potato salad. There's someone who always have a specialty. And I always say my specialty is bringing the appetite. I bring the appetite, and I love to compliment the cook of whichever food it is I'm eating. You know, one of the things I always like to do is, oh man, that look nice. Who made that? And you know, people like to be complimented for the meals they make, because you know that's when people bring out the A team at Thanksgiving. You know, you can't just bring your Thanksgiving meal like you can throughout the other parts of the year. So
I'm gonna put you on the spot and see how quick you can think and ask you what's my specialty, what's my A game dish.
That you cook or that you like to eat?
That I cook. That was 10 seconds too long.
I'm trying to think, because you know, we don't usually do a whole lot of Thanksgiving here. Usually we go out a lot, so I never really gave it a thought for us. But I'm going to have to dig deep, and I'm going to say it's your greens.
You were stalling. You were stalling. Oh, well, I think this year, since our youngest son's birthday actually falls on Thanksgiving, I am going to bake him an apple pie. So I gotta go and get my apples and start peeling and chopping. I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm gonna do something really nice for him. I'm gonna let him have the apple pie to himself.
Yes, we know you're not a fan of pies.
A peach cobbler, but not pies.
It's not a pie. It's a cobbler.
Yeah, I like cobbler. You know, it's the bread and the dough I like about the peach cobbler. And really, they don't even have to put the peaches in. Just put the essence of the peach. You know, give me some peach
I was wondering if you were gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, just give me some.
So
peach
we
juice.
know you like meat and desserts.
Meat and desserts. Now I eat other stuff.
Now you know your doctor's watching.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, when I had my physical most recent, he complimented me on being in great shape, and he talked about how my weight is good in proportion, and how my body looks good, and I'm full of energy. So I want to keep that kind of report. So
that's why you go before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you have all year to get ready.
The whole year. The whole year to get it ready. And you're right. I'm pretty sure he's seen some of our broadcasts, and he's a dear friend of mine also. And I'll do right, friend. I'll do right.
Take notes.
But I like Thanksgiving, and you know, and I have to stress something else too. For the longest, I would never eat cranberry sauce. You know, when you see things as a kid, when you see things as a kid, you know, the first thing, if you don't normally eat it, that's nasty. And you just think it's nasty. And I never understood why everybody wanted to eat it.
I'm trying to figure out when you stopped saying that. So are you still a kid?
Well, no, I'm not a kid anymore. And you know, I'm thankful that I got over my disease of, what I call it, arachnophobia. What is it?
Lachanophobia.
Lachanophobia, that's right. The fear of vegetables.
Well, I'm going to make some squash for you for this Thanksgiving.
And I'd be glad to look at it and tell you how pretty it looks.
See how you do. Well, I'm excited to spend our first Thanksgiving with our YouTube viewers. Excited to hear the comments and see what other people's favorite dishes are for Thanksgiving. There's so many. I mean, there's of course, the traditional Thanksgiving sides and the turkey and the ham, but excited to see what everyone else has to say.
And you know, we didn't even talk about office Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You know, we're having Thanksgiving celebration 2 days in our office, tomorrow and Friday.
Okay.
And you know, people are excited, bringing different things and different dishes and everything. And you know, again, I love to just sample different foods and just find out who made it, and you know, compliment how pretty it is and how it is, and make a big deal out of it. Because when people spend time and energy to make a dish, you know, they're doing it for the service, but it helps when you compliment it. And I love to compliment people when they take the time out to make a nice dish. And
I think that's what's so special about Thanksgiving is that it's so much care is placed into it. The individuals that started working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, getting ready for that big day. And so you're right. Compliments and and sleep on the sofa by 3. All of those are a good report for the cooks.
And you know, one thing I'm glad about too with the past couple of Thanksgiving, and it has, I guess I had to attribute a lot of it to exercising more and being more in shape. You know, it used to be a time I couldn't have a Thanksgiving day without Alka-Seltzer at the end of the day. But I'm thankful now that I don't overindulge like that anymore, and I don't have to take Alka-Seltzer anymore.
Well, it's time for a pick 6.
Yes, this is Doc's Pick 6 Week 12.
Right.
And 12 is one of those magic numbers. 12 disciples, 12 apostles, the dirty dozen. So this is week 12. I know that is. 12. I know that is. Yeah, Ocean's 12 too, and Patriotic 12. And there are very few people who know what I meant when I said Patriotic 12. But anyway, this is week 12 in the NFL, and I'm sure week 12 will be a whole lot better than week 11. Last week, I only won 1 out of 6 picks. So this week, I'm sure it has to be better.
Yes.
So this week, I'm going with Detroit over Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Green Bay over Minnesota. Carolina over Miami. Jacksonville over Houston. Arizona over Indianapolis. And the Washington Redskins over the San Francisco 49ers. And these are Doc's Pick 6 Week for week number 12.
So RG3 over Kaepernick.
RG3 over Kaepernick.
Okay.
Kaepernick spent too much time this year going around being with First Lady Michelle Obama and going around doing all that stuff and everything. So he's not as focused this year. And plus he has a lot of injury on his line and he's missing a lot of teammates. So I'm taking RG3 over this one this time.
All right.
And I have to say this too, before you even ask, I have to give a shout out to the real Buckeyes of our fantasy league football. I was disappointed again. I lost to the undefeated Real Buckeyes. And when I tell you that team is so well put together and so well managed, there's just, I get another opportunity, hopefully. But I have to do my part and win through the playoffs in order to play him one more round. But I reminded him today of the year the New England Patriots went 18-0 and lost in the Super Bowl to the New York Giants.
Yes.
I said, so anything is possible. So hopefully if we get a third time to play him, that will happen. Maybe the third time will be a charm for me. And I said, wouldn't it be so disappointing to go undefeated only to lose the Super Bowl? So I'm really hoping that my last time around would be the one that beat for all the marbles.
All right.
So
I remember asking our viewers to pray for Peyton. So how many points did Peyton get you?
Peyton had a very lackluster performance this week. He only got me 14 points, and I attribute to him playing against an undefeated football team in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So Peyton is still having a good season, but it wasn't good enough for me to beat the Real Buckeyes this week in fantasy football. But I don't want to just shout out the Real Buckeyes. There are a lot of other good teams in our fantasy league, and they all are very competitive. But I give them the credit because they have been undefeated. Not too many teams get to go undefeated in fantasy football. And we're having a lot of fun, and we got a lot of new people who's excited about joining our fantasy league next year. So next year will be even better with our fantasy league.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. It seems like you all have had so much fun. It just brings the office together.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for this episode of The Good News. We are excited that you are commenting and subscribing. We so appreciate all of your support. We ask that you continue to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and G+ at The Good News YT.
Well, so till the next time.
Good day and good night.